We'll fix this is, some Americans celebrated Canada Day by apologizing for Trump. If you build a polite privacy hedge along the border, we'll totally understand. There are running jokes about how often Canadians tend to say sorry. But on Canada Day, it was the other way around, with some Americans apologizing to their northern neighbor for the actions of President Donald Trump. Even as Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced new tariffs in the escalating trade war between Washington and Ottawa, some in the United States took to Twitter on Sunday to say sorry. Canada Day Twitter sure is filled with apologies. US residents. So they're using the occasion of Canada Day to apologize. The holiday's celebratory Twitter hashtag is currently overrun with various flavors of "I'm sorry" from you. Residents who are very much aware of and embarrassed by our shared racist uncle who's been charged with running the country. Some of the utterances are vague. This situation sucks acknowledgements. Others address the current state of things with more specificity. A few try to defuse the obvious tension with stabs of humor. But the common thread is, simply, "I am so sorry about this." Canada Day is coming up, and it's what it sounds like, a federal holiday to celebrate the country and show off national pride. When is it? July 1 is Canada Day. However, because that day falls on a Sunday this year, many Canadians will take off from work on Monday, July 2nd. How did it start? July 1 commemorates the joining of Canada's original three provinces, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick and the Canada Province, which is now Ontario and Quebec, as one nation in 1867. The holiday was previously called Dominion Day, for the Dominion of Canada in the British Empire. How do Canadians celebrate it? Events start early in the morning and go until the evening. They include parades, barbecues, fireworks displays, concerts, and also welcome ceremonies for those who recently became citizens. Members of the British government have also celebrated the holiday. Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip attended the celebration in the capital, Ottawa, in 2010, and Prince William and his wife, Duchess of Cambridge Kate Middleton, attended in 2011. Why is Canada's flag a maple leaf? The Canadian land was handed over to Britain after France lost much of it after the French and Indian War in the 1700s. The territory flew the British flag until it was agreed it needed its own flag, so the British flag was minimized to the upper left corner, and a crest was added on the right side. However, it was felt another flag was needed to better reflect the country's self-governance. The search became more focused in the 1960s as the country approached its 100th birthday. The maple tree is common in various parts of Canada, and the leaf made for a good symbol because of its bright color and symmetry. A quirk surrounding the holiday. In predominantly French-speaking Quebec, the holiday is celebrated alongside Moving Day, a totally inconvenient day when many leases end or begin and residents are relocating. Happy Canada Day! On July 1, 1867, the nation was officially born when the Constitution Act joined three provinces into one country, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and the Canada Province, which then split into Ontario and Quebec. However, Canada was not completely independent of England until 1982. The holiday called Dominion Day was officially established in 1879, but it wasn't observed by many Canadians who considered themselves to be British citizens. Dominion Day started to catch on when the 50th anniversary of the Confederation rolled around in 1917. In 1946, a bill was put forth to rename Dominion Day, but arguments in the House of Commons over what to call the holiday stalled the bill. The 100th anniversary in 1967 saw the growth of the spirit of Canadian patriotism, and Dominion Day celebrations really began to take off. Although quite a few Canadians already called the holiday Canada Day, Fête du Canada, the new name wasn't formally adopted until October of 1982. How to celebrate? There are many ways to celebrate Canada Day. First, what's a patriotic celebration without a parade? There will be parades held in cities, towns, and villages all over Canada today. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police have an established group called the RCMP Musical Ride. These 32 officers, who are rotated after 3 years' service, perform equestrian drills for the public throughout Canada. Other Kamini Canada Day events are planned all over the country, including Vancouver, Ottawa, Calgary, Toronto, Montreal, and Victoria. Canada Day traditions that are gaining footholds are picnics, festivals, sporting events, and fireworks.